So the whole 50-50 concept.
Right.
Okay, so I understand what 50-50 means.
Right.
50-50 means that everything in life, you got your half and I got my half.
Right.
And we're going to put this shit together
Right.
and try to make 100.
Right.
Okay?
We buy $200 worth of groceries, you put in 100, I put in 100.
That's how 50-50 goes.
That's how we look at it.
That is not how our relationship works. All right? We don't, see, everybody think 50-50. They think, hey, if he getting a sandwich, you got to put 50% on that.
Right.
He got 100, 200, whatever people think I got.
Right.
That's not how it works.
Right.
50-50 in our household is, first of all, let's say I have 20 to 50 responsibilities.
Right.
And my wife have 20 to 50 responsibilities. And when I say that, that means she has a mother, she has her sisters, she has her dad, she has a lot of things that she's responsible for.
Right.
You know what she does?
Right.
She pays 100% of that.
Right.
You know what I do? I pay 100% of my life. When our life come together, my wife is a working actress
Right.
who spends time away from
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ty here with another episode of Contentious Conversations. Today, we're talking about D. Wade and Gabrielle Union's 50-50 comment, right? So earlier, she said that they go 50-50 on everything, right? All the bills, everything, expenses, they go half on everything. And she also signed a prenup with him, so everybody's been kind of wondering what kind of situation they have going on. And I think, as usual, Shannon Sharpe is at the right place at the right time. He is the right person. He can always, kind of in that uncle friend way, he'll, ask you a question. He's got you drinking Le Portier. You're relaxed. You're in this environment that feels very warm and inviting. And he can ask you these more personal questions and you not feel kind of weird or awkward about it. And in actuality, some of the guests he brings on are so much more comfortable. They feel like they're with somebody who's, a caring ear, I guess, a shoulder to kind of lean on. He's big uncle, he's Uncle Shay, he's Uncle Sharpe, right, to a lot of these guys. So, he's a really good interview. Let's dive in before I go on this crazy dive. Let's dive into the video for today.
Man, you stay on there. I mean, you be blowing up the other man. Whether it's you,
bro, I'm tired. I'm listening. I don't know how I'm always in pop culture, man.
Yeah, you and Gabby.
And well, my wife.
Your wife. Because she made the comment about you and her split 50-50.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Can you clarify what you mean? Let's
get into that a little bit.
It's funny because D. Wade kind of reminds me of one of my really good homeboys, Frisco. Like, that's who, every time I see D. Wade, I'm like, yo, he just reminds me of, his name is Jairus. But Frisco, every time I see him, I'm like, man. He kind of reminds me of Frisco.
I've ever heard of a situation, especially a married couple.
Yeah.
I don't care, we dating.
Yeah.
That thing might be, hey, I got the movie tickets, you get the popcorn and the candy.
Yeah,
we take us out to dinner, you leave the tip, you do the valet. Yeah. But she's like 50-50 household, and I think she kind of explained it. But I got you here so you can explain it.
You know what I was saying? I was like, you know what's crazy? When you have, it's think pieces that's going around the world about me and my wife.
Right.
And I haven't given no color to this.
Right.
But it's think pieces going around about me as a man.
Right.
And I'm like, that's
make that man make his wife spend 50-50. What kind of man is that?
So,
I thought the same thing too, D. With
I'm not gonna lie to you. They've been dragging D. Wade, the Black Twitter. But I mean, a lot of the red pill guys kind of like it a little bit, right? They like it because, it's like, oh, he still makes her pay her way, or, so it's an interesting, and he's right that a lot of people have, like, they've discussed it. Like, it's an actual, like their choice in relationship is actually a standard that normal people can follow. Like, like a lot of times it's like, the reason that couples bring their money together isn't, the The reason they can do this is because they're rich. Regular people, you're bringing your money together because if you don't make ends meet. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice, which it's so funny to me that like people try to use celebrities as like their standard. You're not a celebrity. Like you don't have their wealth. Using these people's lives to kind of judge your own is the fastest way to fail, right? So I watch these, and of course, like you can pick up some glimpses of, interesting entertainment pieces, right? Like things that are fun or funny to listen to and laugh at. But to use some of this stuff as practical advice, I always kind of caution against, just because these people are celebrities, right? They're dealing with circumstances. Multimillionaires 10 times over with current and active companies that's making them lots and lots of money. And you are just some guy who works a 9 to 5 making, $20,000 a year, right? You can't live like D Wade and Gabrielle Union, right? Like you and whoever you with, your girl, you need to scrape up every single cent y'all can get together to get out of whatever situation you're in. You don't need to be putting stuff, you need to be collectively, right, trying to head in the same direction. And that's my feeling or my personal belief as to how, if you're a couple, if you're, married to somebody, if you're with somebody, if you're in a partnership, if you're in a business with somebody, right, the best way to do it is you want to have both of you kind of headed in the same direction. One of my old bosses said it this way: whenever you're doing something, you want everybody, it's like you're driving a bus, right? You want to pick up everybody who wants to go in that same direction, drop off everybody who doesn't want to go in that direction, right? It's not like we don't like you or care about you, but you don't want to go to where we're going, right? So everybody wants to go, get on the bus, we can go that direction. So this 50-50 stuff is cool and all, but it's not practical for a lot of regular people.
You thought the same thing?
Yeah, when you make up, I say, how you gonna make that woman pay? He got all that cheese, he making her pay 50.
All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So the whole 50-50 concept,
Right.
okay? So I understand what 50-50 means.
Right.
50-50 means that everything in life, you got your half and I got my half.
Right.
We're gonna put this shit together,
Right.
try to make 100.
Right.
Okay?
We buy 200 dollars worth of groceries, you put in 100, I put in 100.
That's how 50-50 goes.
That's how we look.
That is not how our relationship works.
I mean,
Alright,
reality versus,
everybody
that's the thing. It's like reality is always
If
different.
he getting a sandwich, you got to put 50% on that.
Right.
He got 100, 200, whatever people think I got.
Right.
That's not how it works.
Right.
50-50 in our household is, first of all, let's say I have 20 to 50 responsibilities.
Right.
And my wife have 20 to 50 responsibilities. And when I say that, that means she has a mother, she has her sisters, she has her dad, she has a lot of things that she's responsible for.
Right.
You know what she does? She pays 100% of that.
Right.
You know what I do? I pay 100% of my life. When our life come together, my wife is a working actress
Right.
who spends time away from the family to go work,
Do our job.
build.
Right.
We decided together, because I think I said one time we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
Wow.
She said, you
Okay, so now I know. Now, see, look. See. Y'all were blaming Gabrielle Union. Y'all were throwing dirt on that lady name. Y'all were trying to say da-da-da-da-da. I mean, he was being technically right, but in the sense of, if we're a husband and wife, it's not mine, it's ours, right? Like, it's our stuff, right? And that's the difference, right? These people came with separate baggage, not in the sense of like a derogatory sense of baggage, right? They came with families previous to this, right? They were famous in their own right. It's not like they got together and then they were famous together, right? That's not how it happened. He's a basketball star. She's a super famous actress, right? Like, so they had like he said, they had their own responsibilities, right? He's got to take care of his family. She's got to take, so they were already doing that. My thing is, well, if you had those responsibilities, wouldn't it be make it easier to just, say, hey, these are all of our responsibilities. This is how our family, this is how we take care of it. Boom, boom, pay what you got to pay, but, it could get weird because, they might feel some type of way about how you're giving money to somebody, it can get weird, especially if you're like dealing with that kind of income, right? Like, because she's a working actress, but I don't know how recurring or how often she's getting into roles. I haven't been, like to the movie theater where I've been like, oh, okay, there's a new Gabby Union movie coming out, but I see him on like NBA TNT like every other week. So I know he's currently, right, always getting some sort of check, some sort of bag from, the sports casting that she's doing. And she's probably doing some acting gigs as well, but I don't think it's as frequent as his. I could be wrong. She might be getting, commercials and stuff every day, but I don't. Yeah, I say that to say that he's also, if you see, he's promoting his game show, The Cube. But it's interesting that the reason that she kind of went off on him and said, hey, we gonna do this 50-50 thing is it's his fault. It's not like, the thing is, it's not the man, like it's not the big red pill thing everybody's trying to make it out to be, right? It's not that at all. If anything, it's just she got mad at him because he made an offhand comment, right? Her husband made a offhand comment about how something's his, right? Because he paid for it and not theirs, and she felt kind of slighted, right? Like she felt, because what probably happened is like she like, oh, you think I'm broke? You think what? Like you think you just can't? I'm just riding your coattails. So I think it's got to be like an ego thing, right? Because if we're being honest, there was a time when I would have considered Gabrielle Union for like a little bit of time more famous than D Wade, but now, I mean, I don't even think it's close. I don't think it's close. I think when it comes to fame, I think that D Wade has surpassed her. But what makes them a power couple is, in my opinion, is that they can bring those two worlds together and do something awesome with it, right? You have like these kids, you can train them, you can do whatever you want to do. I think one of his sons from his previous marriage played ball. I think it's Zaire. One of his older sons, he was all right. I mean, he dogged him, but it's an interesting way to go about a relationship. That's all I got to say about that so far. Let's continue the video.
You can say that in the arena. And so in our life, our home, 50-50, we purchased it together.
Right.
Our daughter, anything that goes on with our daughter, 50-50, we share it together. Now, there's some things I pick up versus some things she pick up, but she does something, I do something.
Right.
If we take a yacht trip, we could do it 50-50, or I can do it myself. But my wife is a working woman.
Right.
She's a boss and an independent woman in her own life.
Right.
She's like, I'm gonna put, you know what, that little 200, that little.
All right. See, like I said, I think I figured out what's going on. All right. She was feeling some type of way about it, right? He made an offhand comment, right? Like, it's one of those comments that you make that you wish you could just, oh, I wish I didn't just say that, because then they're gonna take it literally the opposite way that you want them to take it. That's the only way that whoever you're talking to is going to take what you just said is the opposite way that they're meant to take it. So, and they're going to take it to the most extreme position, right? Oh, it's your house? Oh, it's, because then she's going to be like, oh, it's your house. I guess it's your car too. I guess it's your this too. I guess it's, because that's where it's going. Is your, oh, for real? Oh, for real? Oh, for real. It's your house. It's your house. We ain't live here. We don't live here. It's your house. All right. Cool. No more. Say less. Right? She probably was like, say less. You know that Eddie Murphy skit where he goes, all right, go to sleep. No, I ain't going to sleep. Nope, not going to sleep. But I think that's what happened, and it just seems it's not as like red pill, blue pill as everybody made it seem. It's more like just like somebody's ego was bruised in the situation, and it was Gabrielle Union. Her ego was really bruised because she probably still feels like she's like a more famous person than he is, but and he's paying for things, and he like so she probably feels some type of way about it, and it's her it's her prerogative. She was a star in her own right, and if that's how she wants to feel, if she wants to pay for things, and the thing is, I just don't understand like why she would take things like that personal, because it feels like one of those things where it's like, okay, it's his house, what he means, right? Like it's like it's not like what is he gonna kick you out of the house? Like, come on, like let's be logical, right? She took it way too personal, in my opinion. But I like to play devil's advocate. I understand where she's coming from. All right, we lived here, so but it's yours. All right, cool. Because it feels like it's probably like in her mind, she's like, oh, that's how he really felt. Like you say, you for real saying how you really felt all these years, even though we lived here. You feel like all this stuff is yours and yours alone and not mine because I ain't purchased nothing yet. You think I'm some sort of brokey? Okay, I'm gonna show you. Next thing we going 50-50. 50. Let's go. No, you swipe your card, I'm swiping my card. That's how we go. That's how we rocking from now on, right? So it's kind of like a petty thing, but I think that she's missing the boat. Like I think she's missing the boat. Like you have a lovely family. You have a guy who's willing to essentially pay for everything, right? Willing to combine your resources and go as far as you can possibly go together, which is what you should be doing, right? You should be pooling your money together, starting like the club, the game show thing he's doing, right? Pool your money together. You're two famous, wealthy people. Instead of fighting against each other, you should be coming together, right? This is what you're doing. You should be doing this, right? You should be going, oh, okay, you think that's funny? It's not your house. It's our house. Boom, move on, right? All right, let's go. And it's easier said than done, right? Because in that moment, they could have been fighting about something else. Something else could, I don't know. I don't know. But, how people can get in their feelings about a little offhand comment. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes like it could be like one thing somebody says and you're like, oh, well, that's how you feel? That's how you really feel. Okay. But they might not have meant it like that, and it was just like an offhand comment, and they wish they could probably have taken it back. So yeah, it's unfortunate.
200 that you was gonna spend on this, I'm gonna throw something else on there. We gonna go on a bigger trip. We gonna ball out. Like this is my wife, right? Like I don't know about y'all, but I like having a wife that's like, that's cool. You can do that. The house we live in, thank God, in Hidden Hills, nice house,
Right.
Whatever millions. We could have had a nice house on my 50% too.
Right.
It'd have been nice.
Right.
She was like, no, let me put something else on and let us live a little different.
Oh, yeah, they got a little bigger.
So we probably share 3 things in our life that we 50-50 on.
Right.
Everything else, I'm 1,000%, and she's 1,000%.
Right.
And so we decided that certain pieces of our life we would share in it.
But D-Wade, that works for y'all. Well, why does it matter if it's 75-25? If it's 85-15? That's your life. Why everybody is so consumed what goes on in everybody else's household when their household effed up?
Well, listen, that's a whole nother story. And that's just the word.
I don't lose no sleep. They're like, oh man, you see that D-Wade make his wife? I was just joking.
Listen, I wish I could make I don't make my wife do anything, first of all.
Right.
If I could, we wouldn't be in the headlines all the time. I'd be like, would you stop talking?
When you say, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? My wife is...
She gonna respond now. You say something.
Okay, well, you just see D-Wade, you talk too much. That's your problem. Sometimes you gotta learn to reel it back. Right? As a husband, right? For a happy household, there are things you just don't say, right? You just don't say them out loud. And trust me, I'm an idiot, and I'll say all those stupid things you're not supposed to say. But as somebody of your status, you don't say things like this.
I wish I could make I don't make my wife do anything, first of all.
Right.
If I could, we wouldn't be in the headlines all the time. I'd be like, would you stop talking?
You saw he caught himself? Would you stop? You get jammed up when you go home. Oh, you thought it was sweet. See, this is gonna be the clip that's gonna be playing. You gonna walk in the house and the giant TV. She gonna be sitting there like this, margarita on one hand.
I'm talking.
When you say I was just joking.
Listen, I don't make my wife do anything. First of all, if I could, we wouldn't be in the headlines all the time.
Oh, you would make me do things, would you? You wish you could make me do things?
I'll be like, would you stop talking?
When you say
you know what I'm saying? My wife is.
She gonna respond now. You say something, you get out of pocket with her.
Listen, my wife had this microphone way before I did. Y'all been watching Bring It On for a long time.
Right.
She been bringing it on for a long time. So, like, when she say 50-50 and people take a clip of it, yeah, I understand. Like, I listen to all the think pieces. I laugh. I'm like, ooh, okay, that's a point right there. I get that, but that ain't how we live. But I understand your point.
They took it in this little interpretation that you're
50-50 everything.
Right.
No, it don't work like that. I do all right for myself.
Right.
But it's
See, the thing about D Wade is he's super humble. And you can tell that he's a good person. He's a good guy. He just wants to have a happy house. And he's trying to be as politically correct as he can humanly be, right? Like, he's trying to like toe the line because of his kid, his wife, his family, and he's living in a modern world, and that's that's part of the crux of it, right? Because like the comment he made, "It's my house." It's not even like some sort of controversial. The reason she got mad was because she got in her feelings about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just interesting that that's the real reason why she said the 50-50 thing is because she was mad because he said, I own 100% of the house. But that's not even a big, like, it's not even a big deal. Like that's so not a big deal. Right? Like the first house that I had, it wasn't in my name. It was my wife's name, but it wasn't like I cared or anything. Like it doesn't do anything. Like it doesn't mean anything. It's not like it doesn't mean anything. Like, it's weird. It's weird. If you're together, if that's your wife, like those kind of things, like you're a team. Like that's just how I look at it. Like we're a team. We're teammates in this. We're on this journey together. What's yours is mine. What's mine is yours. Like we're not taking vows if it's like, all right, we separating everything. You know, like. So, but we also can't afford to separate everything. We can't afford it. These guys can. And we're regular people. You know, you're a regular person. Do you have a financial option to just be like, I don't need your money. You do what you want with your money, and I'll do what I want with my money, and we live our happy lives. You take care of those kids, I'll take care of these kids, and that's how we do it. Happily ever after. Nobody does that. That's crazy. That would be insane. But they do have some things that they do pay separately, right? Like obviously they have responsibilities, like you said. That makes sense. Like I have my family that I had to take care of with ball money. You got your family, you got to take care with your acting money. Do your thing. We come through, we meet together in the middle, we make everything else happen, and we try to grow this and, be a better, bigger family. So it's not a big deal. I like D Wade, man. He's a nice guy. Always, badass ball player. Always super cool whenever he's on like TV, well-spoken, articulate. He can express himself very well. And, rare gem when it comes to like people on TV who played the sport and can talk to it is D Wade and Shannon Sharpe, obviously. But these two guys are, pretty good at what they do. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. I mean, I don't think he's gonna enumerate any more than he's or illuminate any more than he already has. I think we've gotten the gems of it.
Certain moments that we want to do better together,
right?
We do better together. And first of all,
like
I told my wife, I said, hey, baby, listen, you're not about to be taking all this time away from the family, building your wealth while I'm spending all mine.
Right.
Well, I don't know where they do that at. All I know is, you know what I mean? She come home and be like, hey, baby, it was good. I move on from you. And I done spent all my cheese.
Yeah, right.
She done built all her cheese.
Yeah, she don't her stack went like this.
Like him.
Yours went like that.
Well,
Right.
you know what I mean? I told you how many kids I had before we started. Like ex-wives, I got all kind of stuff, right? My cheese go all over the place.
Right.
She just built on her cheese and I'm spending on mine.
Right.
Listen, where they do that at? You know, that's that.
They don't do that the way.
That's the yak.
Look, what did I say in the beginning of the video? It's that Laporte. He got that Laportier running. You know, he got them sipping on the yak. He got a fireplace. They just sitting there, they kicking it. It's the homeboys. You know, we just here, nothing crazy. You know, but you're being loose. You're talking a little more than you should, D Wade. You might want to reel some of this back, because when you get home, you're gonna have to answer for some of that stuff. And based on the way she reacted to your 50-50 or your "it's my house" comment, some of this stuff ain't gonna fly, bro. And I didn't even watch the entire thing. You finna be out the house. She finna kick you out. You finna be sleeping on the couch.
No. He don't put a dent in that bottle.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, now I ain't do this by myself though.
I been having a swing every once in a while, but you hit that thing about 4 times.
So everybody think 50-50 means that, hey baby, I'm gonna go get this sandwich. You got $10 on it.
Right.
Come on, y'all gotta be. Come on,
Nobody
man. Like, y'all gotta
thinks
stop.
that,
Y'all gotta stop this
G-Wade.
small thinking, man.
I'm glad you cleared that up. But she did. She's like, I signed the prenup because what he had before he met me is what he had before he met me. Now what we accumulate together,
That's different.
That's what we got. But
That's what we rock with.
yeah.
And what she has, like, and that's the thing. Now, I told her the same way. I signed a prenup too.
Right.
You're a millionaire.
Yeah.
You got money. You work hard
Right.
for your stuff.
Right.
You should have.
I think everybody should have a prenup.
Why not? You get insurance, don't you?
Right. Because people ask, I didn't have it. When I didn't have anything, I said, I'm going to sign a prenup. They're like, Sharpe, why you going to sign a prenup? You ain't got nothing. I say, so if I leave, I want 100% of my nothing. I don't want 50% of my nothing.
Nothing. I don't want nothing.
I want all of that.
But what I don't want to do is, if she decided to move on from me, she got 200 and I got 10.
Okay, see,
Exactly.
you've said that too many times. You've said if she decides to listen, stop putting that in the air. Like, the thing is, words can become action, right? Like, just, you don't need to put it out in the air. Like, okay, it was funny the first time you said it. All right, but stop putting that your relationship, she might leave you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm just one of those people, like, don't speak something out that you don't want to, I'm a big believer in, like, you can speak your own future into existence. You can manifest a lot of this stuff. And if you keep joking about it, the universe doesn't know if you're playing or not. The universe is like, all right, go. Give him what he wants. He wants him to break up and she take half his stuff. Universe doesn't understand sarcasm. So I think this is interesting.
Been spending all my money on all these dance recitals, all these games, all these trips, everything. And I just say, like, oh, man, take care of everything. I do.
Right.
I take care of my mama. I take care of my daddy. I take care of boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
When it comes to
You don't have to explain anything. Oh my goodness. I think we get to a point where a lot of people, you're explaining it to people. You don't know. Oh, me, Joe Schmo down the street, you don't owe us any explanation for why you live your life the way you do. The only thing you're going to do is you're going to give things that you can say, you can't say, right? Like the things you can say, you're going to kind of dodge around a little bit. And then the things you can't say, you're going to hold it back. But it's not helping the situation. You're just going to give more questions than answers, right? You're going to bring more questions than answers. Why are you even trying to explain to people who who will never understand what it's like to be a multimillionaire 10 times over, right? Like, you were in the NBA. Like, there's like 8,000 people who've ever been there, or some crazy number like that, right? So it's interesting that celebrities will read the tabloids and read the papers, and they'll feel like, oh man, I gotta go respond, and then they'll go like soliloquy or just go rant about comments that people are making online. I think that's so weird that, like, you pay that much attention to people's comments that you're like, oh, let me go on Shannon Sharpe, and then, like, address and then start talking in depth about, like, bro, the way I handle my life and my wife is none of your business. Like, that's not, unfortunately, that's part of my life that is private because it's my private life, right? If I, and I know they did it to themselves. I know this Gabrielle Union who went on the show and said it, but like, you gotta rein that stuff in. You gotta rein it in. You can't be just, nobody cares. They're just gonna judge you. And nobody's gonna be like, oh my god, you're so empowered. They're like, oh, you make your woman pay 50-50? Yeah, cock. The internet is cruel, so you gotta chill, dude. You gotta chill. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching this episode. I appreciate you guys as usual. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the things. It's Ty Contentious Conversations, and your boy is out.